Banning the Bible in Utah schools, a parent's demand sparks outrage. In a controversial move that's stirring debates, the Davis School District in Utah removed Bibles from elementary and middle school libraries, citing vulgarity and violence. The decision came after a parent leveraged a state law against quote unquote pornographic or indecent material in a book challenge. The reviewing committee stated that although the Bible didn't outrightly violate the law, it was deemed too complex for younger students and should be reserved for high school. In an unexpected twist, another parent appealed the ban and a new committee was formed to review it. On June 1st, Republican State Representative Ken Ivory, who previously disapproved of the banning, released a statement reversing his position on the ban. In his statement, he wrote that the Bible is a challenging read for children and that the religious book, quote, is best taught and best understood in the home and around the hearth as a family. This ban is part of a broader trend that has seen books by Black and LGBT authors also being removed under the same law. So I wanted to talk about this because this is an update on a story we covered a few weeks ago, where we talked about that this ban, the parents were asking for the Bible to be banned. And here's the deal. Here's the deal, children. It was. So this is really funny.
What happened?
And people are pissed. There's been like huge protests that happened since we wrote up this story about the Bible being banned. All these people holding signs. They're like, ban porn, not the Bible. Blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. It wasn't fully banned. It was just, we're not going to have this in middle school and elementary schools. We're just going to have this in high school. And because of this, actually, there was a motion that was also put forward to do the same thing for the Book of Mormon. They're like, we also need to revoke this. And it's really funny because the lawmaker that originally put this law about this, pornographic or indecent content in school libraries, who made this law, he was saying that this was done in bad faith. This parent that asked to remove the Bible is doing it in bad faith and misusing the law, which I just think is like so rich.
It's only right when you ban the books that we don't like. If you use the books that we like, then it's in bad faith.
Yes.
What? This is just applying your standards. This is just applying the standards that you put. It's abiding by the standards. How did you not see this coming?
Honestly, that's a good question.
Yeah. The tables have turned, or the turned have tabled.
Oh, how the turns table.
Oh, how the turns have tabled. This is beautiful. I like this, and I like how mad they are. Why do I like how mad they are? I don't. But look at the comments here. I like how D goes and finds the comments that people.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is saying, This is great to hear. The right is going to explode over this. Yeah, I know.
And they did.
But
they
did. But it's beautiful because they're using what the law that they put in place. They are responsible for this. So it's their right got the Bible banned. They're just applying their law that they asked for. So it's their own doing. They were trying to get books banned, and they got their own book banned. It's beautiful. This is so beautiful. I love it. Oh, look at this! I love this.
There are people that are going to be fighting to get it back.
Yeah, I know. I just the whole thing just shows their hypocrisy. I just love this back and forth, right? So this comment is saying, "Congratulations, MAGA. This would have never happened without you."
Yes, literally.
Oh, look at this! Oh, look at this one. I like this one. Wait.
I need to go to the bathroom quickly.
Oh, okay. So this comment is saying, try this with the Quran and see what happens. Hmm, well, try it. I endorse that message. I don't think much would happen. I mean, either you're gonna allow this. The beautiful thing is that the Quran and the Bible have sexual material, right? So anybody that tries to get LGBT stuff, it's going to be impossible for people to come up with an excuse to ban LGBT content in schools without with a law that would avoid getting the Bible and the Quran banned. That's why it's so, because how could you make an argument that, I know, having a story of a princess and a princess falling in love with each other instead of just a prince and a princess, or two male penguins raising an egg together? What argument can you come up with how that is harmful to children that doesn't consider Prophet Lot's daughters getting him drunk so that they could RAPE their own father and get impregnated by their own father? What, in what world that is okay for children, and two male penguins raising an egg is harmful? In what world? How could you make that argument? Please try making that argument. Please try it. I know that's the Bible. What about the Quran? In what world two princesses falling in love with each other and going on adventures with each other is harmful to children? But capturing women in war, as Surah 4, Ayat 24 suggests, you could capture women in war and go and have sex with them as slaves, even if they have husbands, even if they already have husbands. And that should be accessible to children. And they should be able to read that. And that's not harmful, but LGBT stuff is harmful. Make that argument. Try it. I want to see you attempt that. I would love for me to see, for us to see. It would be great content for us. Yeah, penguins actually do it. Yeah, yeah, penguins do. There are male penguins that decide to raise an egg together, right? Instead of just a male and a female, I mean, why not? Why not? The egg is already laid and there's nobody covering it. You need two penguins, one of them to sit on it and the other one to get the food. Usually, when there's a male and female penguin, okay, we're talking about penguins now. Usually, when there's a male and female penguin, guess who's lays on the egg and who gets the food? Because unlike many other birds, penguins, it's the male that sits on the egg to keep it warm, and it's a female that goes to get the food. So guess what? Male penguins could also get the food. If there is an egg that nobody is taking care of, and the male penguin decides to sit on it so it stays warm, you don't need to be female to go get food. A male penguin could also go get food. So if it's abandoned and there's nobody that taking care of it, sometimes that's what's happened. There's two male penguins that decide to work with each other to save an egg. And it's beautiful. And it's a fantastic way to show that two men or two women are also capable. It's a great way of introducing children to the idea that, hey, two men can also start a family. It's a beautiful story.
I mean, from an evolutionary perspective, it has a lot of utility.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay. So somebody say, I don't know, I'm not a penguin. Well, guess what? When we
You are
tell
now.
children, no, Rasul, I know you're not a penguin, but these homophobes don't have a problem when you share a story. I don't know, of a little cat and a I don't know and a what do you mean, like a little puppy and a cat in a story. If they're sharing something together or going on an adventure, teach children moral lessons. People are like, well, I'm not a cat. Why is this like so? I don't know. We have stories with animals all the time, right? So that's not a good excuse. It's just an excuse. We're not saying humans are like penguins. It's just a good excuse to introduce to normalize this idea of two men could like start a family. It's a good excuse as a normalization tactic. Anyways,
Plus, it's so cute.
it's so cute. It is so cute. By the way, did you know when the male penguin sits on an egg, the female penguin has to go into a couple of months journey, like long journey to go get the food. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And she she eats the food and she keeps it in her belly and she walks for miles and miles and miles through a lot of storm to come back to get the to feed the baby. Okay. And when the egg hatches, it hears the baby, goes get the food, and it comes. And even though the baby is like a lot different, it could still recognize from months before the sound of the baby to among all those thousands of other penguins. It
Yeah.
listens and it could hear the baby and it knows which one is hers and goes follows the sound and finds the baby. Anyway, I don't